I think it's time as content creators, we admit to ourselves that brand deals aren't the best source of income anymore. Don't get me wrong, they're a great way to make money, and there was a time where brand deals were reliable and brands paid what we're worth. Part of the problem is that there's just so many other alternatives that companies can use. There's more content creators now more than ever before. There's other alternatives like using AI video, and at the speed that the marketplace moves, it's really hard for companies to keep up. So instead of offering the same kind of partnerships to one person, now they're spreading their budget thinner amongst tons of different people to try to see what sticks. And the unfortunate thing is that a lot of creators think that the way to make money is to create content and hope that a brand throws you a check to promote their product. But here's the part that nobody tells you. Your audience actually already wants to pay you. And I'm not talking about in the form of donations or affiliate links and things like that. They actually want to buy something from you if you had something to offer that you actually own. This is the reason why so many creators start selling digital products, and they do so well because people want to support the creators that they watch. And up until now, there's only really been a few main ways to make money. You either have a merch line, which you don't really make that much money on, and it's the lowest level of connection you can have with your audience because it doesn't really speak to them. Anybody in any niche can wear a t-shirt. It doesn't really feel true to you. And just in general, instead of tapping into this desire, creators tend to send traffic to other people's businesses. And this is where brand deals have become such a big part of the creator economy. Meanwhile, that brand that you sent your audience to, now they've got a customer from you for life, and you're left with a one-time check or maybe a small affiliate commission. So now that we're on the same page with understanding that your audience does want to pay you, and brand deals are pretty inconsistent as we both know, let me show you exactly how to start your own physical product brand so you can start selling products directly to your audience that they actually want and can watch you use in your videos. And the crazy thing about all this is that right now content creators are making 5 to 15% on all the sales they bring in, and yet they're making a full-time income. Imagine if we could take that and boost it to 50 or 60%. That is a life-changing amount of money. But first, let's dive a little bit deeper into the behind the scenes of brand deals. As someone who's worked on both the content creator side as well as the business side, I've been on both ends of the spectrum, both offering brand deals and accepting brand deals. So I have a unique perspective on this whole thing. The unfortunate thing about working with brands is they control how much you make, what you post, how you post, and when you post. And even once you do get a brand deal, you gotta go back and forth, negotiating, making sure that you're not getting screwed over. And at this point, as far as the brand is concerned, you're essentially a freelancer. You're essentially trading your time for money, and because of that, there's a cap on how much you can make. If you're only posting 1 video a week or 2 videos a week, there's only 4 or maybe 8 opportunities for you to have a brand deal. And this is why the content creators who are making real money in the space are the ones who are starting their own businesses. This is a trend that we've seen time and time again throughout history. All the biggest content creators do something to make money, and then over time it trickles down to smaller and smaller creators as well. First there was merch lines, then it was paid communities, and now when we look, more and more content creators are starting their own physical product brands. The reason this works so well is because you can find products that you'll actually use in your videos, and chances are you've already been using anyways. For example, I was working with a content creator in the outdoors niche, and he shoots a lot of guns and does a lot of stuff like that, so he uses those noise canceling headphones. When we first started working with him, he just had an Amazon affiliate link in his description. But after we started working with him, we went out, found him essentially the same pair of headphones, but at a 1/10 of the price that they were selling for on Amazon. We built him a website for it. Long story short, he started selling those on his own, promoting them as his own, and started to build out his own brand. Now he's making a consistent income every single month, and this is a product that he can put his logo on, he can brand, and he can continue to grow his business over time. The coolest thing about this is he didn't have to spend any money on upfront inventory, he didn't have to pay a ton of money for advertising because he's already got the audience, and really all he had to do was use the product in the videos, which he was already using them anyways, and put the link in the description. And that's the part that really blew his mind. Originally when he came on board, he was like, well, how many other ways are there to make money other than affiliate deals, brand deals, and YouTube ad revenue? But fast forward to today, and he's now reaching out to other content creators that he's friends with to promote his brand as well, so it continues to grow. And now instead of the brand being the winner, he's the winner. Now, your audience doesn't want to buy from you because they feel bad. They do it because they actually want to support you. And in fact, they'd rather support someone they really, really like to watch rather than some big company who's just paying you to promote their brand. And going back to the biggest creators in the world already doing this right now, look at Mr. Beast, KSI, Logan Paul, Emma Chamberlain, the Sidemen. These are all examples of content creators at the highest level who are starting their own physical product brand because they know that's the future. And their audiences, they love the products and they buy it. And that's why all these people are going to go on to make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. Just think about it for a sec. A brand will happily pay you $5, $10, $15,000 to promote their product. How much money are they making from you on the back end? They're going to make 5 to 10 times whatever they're paying you. And that's why these big creators started doing it on their own, because they said to themselves, why am I going to give that money to somebody else? Now, before you say you don't have a product to sell, trust me, you do. Just use the client that I was telling you about a couple minutes ago. What he did was look back at what does he use already in his videos. And then he worked with our supplier partner called Ship to the Moon to source that product directly from the manufacturer. Another great way to do this is just by looking at your comment section. What are people asking for? What do people ask you questions about that you're using in your videos? Do they say, what lighting are you using? What kind of fishing hook was that? What kind of car steering wheel do you have? There's so many different things that your audience is already curious about, and chances are they've asked you about. You just have to listen to them. If you want to know a little bit more about Ship to the Moon, that supplier that I was talking about, I'll leave a link to them in the description below. All you have to do is send them literally any link you find on Amazon and they'll source it directly from the manufacturer for you. Super easy. You get your source set up in minutes. One of, if not the most important thing that I can recommend doing is while you're building out your business, get your audience involved in that build. Let them know that you're building something interesting. Ask them questions, launch polls, do things to get your audience really engaged in the brand that you're building. Because people are so much more likely to buy from a company that they feel like they have a direct involvement with and that they actually had involvement in the launch of. We're at a really interesting crossroads in the world of content creation. We're at a point where companies are spending more money than ever on content creators. We're also at a point where there are more content creators than ever before. And so to stand out, it's really, really difficult. There's also the very real possibility that this marketing strategy can change at any moment. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I come from the world of e-commerce. I own online businesses. I work with clients who also own online businesses who are not content creators. And what I can tell you is that there's a ton of technology coming out right now that is going to be able to replace the type of content that you're creating. And the way marketing always works is as soon as everybody starts doing something, and so brands have to change their marketing strategy. Right now, we're at the point where more and more of my clients, as well as myself, are transitioning away from working with content creators because there are so many more cost-effective ways to spend money in order to get sales. Which as a content creator, if your main income is effectively selling yourself and your social media platforms as a billboard to these companies, you're at a really pivotal time in your career. Consumers are getting smarter than ever, and they understand that companies are paying you so much money to promote their products that it no longer has the same kind of impact that it once did. And if we zoom out even more and look at the world around us as a whole, people have less and less of a desire to support big companies in the first place. A lot of people are sick and tired of big corporations, big conglomerates, billionaires taking all the money from the little guy. Even in the music industry, there are more and more artists who are going independent, which would never have happened years ago. So if you are a content creator who really relies on brand deals, affiliate partnerships, commissions, that sort of thing, I would highly recommend that you at least give this a chance, check it out and see if it's right for you. You can build out a website really easily on Shopify. You can use Ship to the Moon as your supplier, and you can start posting on your social media accounts within the next week. These are not incredibly difficult things to do. You don't have to have an insane website. You just have to get your audience involved and let them know that this is a product that you're selling for you by you. With that, I appreciate all of you for watching. This is a new channel that I'm starting, so I'm excited to grow it and help all of you guys as content creators launch your own online businesses, show you exactly how I'm doing it for myself, as well as for tons of other people as well. And if you have any questions at all, leave them down in the comments and I'll either make a video about it or I'll answer you down in the comments as well. Once again, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next video.